Hey everyone, this is Ian with AlphaCars and Royal Enfield Boston. Today I've got a treat for you. I'm taking this brand new 2023 Royal Enfield Scram 411 out for a road test. We just built this bike out of the crate, so we're just doing a shakedown 6 to 10 miles before the customer picks this bike up as it is sold. So this video, we're just going to check out how it sounds, how it rides, the comfort, the feedback, just some of my general thoughts. So hopefully this will aid in your decision of whether or not a Scram is right for you. So now on to the riding. We have a 411cc fuel-injected single, and the fueling on these bikes is so good. This is a cold start. If we look, I'm going to put my glove right on the catalytic converter. I can hold it. You can see my glove is not smoldering or on fire, so it is a cold start. All we do is turn that key, make sure we're in the run position, and hit the starter. And of course we're in neutral as well. And you can see, just starts right up, ice cold. It's around 50 degrees today. Believe it or not, it is February in New England, but we have a weird, warm few days of weather. So like I said, we're going to be doing around 6 to 10 miles, and we can check out how this Scram rides. So we're up to the speed limit here of 40 miles an hour on our main road right outside our Boxborough location. Gonna adjust my mirrors here to my liking. That all looks very nice. You know, already we're doing about 40, 45. The mirrors are very solid. They're not like buzzing or anything. Unfortunately, I won't be going on the highway in this test, but with how with how smooth they are at these speeds on a rough New England road, I'd imagine they would remain so, even cruising along on the highway. So, 24 horsepower, and, the machine weighs around 400 pounds. So, it's really very adequate of, what you'd want with a bike like this. Especially you get off-road, you have some fun on some dirt. It's not going to be too much or getting you more into trouble having, too much power. But this thing cruises very nice. This is built, on the Himalayan frame. It's kind of mostly a Himalayan, like the bones of it, but the front wheel is now a 19-inch instead of a 21. So we can just see how well this thing changes direction. With a 21-inch wheel, it's going to make it a little bit slower to change direction and not feel as responsive on the road. So that's what Royal Enfield was doing here, was really just making this, the scrambler version of the Himalayan, making it just more of a blast, kind of on the road, and more responsive. And they really did do a great job. As far as the riding position, I am 5'11", and have decently long arms, and I think it's very comfortable. I'm not like leaned way forward, or I feel like I'm leaning way back. It's honestly just a very neutral position, which is what I like. I like this nice rise in the bars, and they have a little bit of kind of like a back sweep as well. So I do like that, and it is very comfortable. The grips are very comfortable. They're kind of like a soft touch rubber, and they have some give to them. As I said, very adequate power. Like this bike is a blast. It just puts a smile on your face. If you just want a pure, fun motorcycle that gives you that experience, then one of these Royal Enfields is really the bike for you. So now we're going to take this right. Turns coming up. We have a nice gear indicator we can see here too. I'm in third. Rev matching down to second. And I do like, it's a traditional clutch. There's no slipper clutch on these, so you do really have to be on the ball, so to speak, with your downshift, so you don't lock up that rear tire. So that is just a nice kind of fundamental, you know, motorcycling skill you can work on with a bike like this. So now we're into a bit slower part. We're coming to our halfway point soon here. We can see we're at 3.2 miles on our odometer. And, you know, we even have our fuel gauge here. You know, we have lots of videos going over all these new Royal Enfields, so definitely check those out on our channel. And don't forget to hit that like button. You know, without you guys' support, we can't make these fun videos, and we're just really trying to, you know, make that fun content that really is going to help you guys out with, you know, getting excited about these bikes or making a decision, or just making sure, you know, you're informed, because a lot of times it's hard to find, you know, good information on the products we like, depending on their popularity or availability. And at low speeds, this Scram, it is very balanced. Like, it doesn't feel like it's just gonna like fall over. It's a very easy bike to control, especially with these wide bars. So we can see, like, mid-corner there, I just changed direction to avoid those manhole covers. And now I'm gonna do a tight turn right here. There's no one around, no one behind me. So click on down to first, and we can see I'm doing a little counter leaning here, but very easy to do a tight turn. This, you know, I haven't ridden many of these Scrams, so, you know, I'm not super comfortable per se. Like, I'm not riding one of these every day and trying to make it look easy. It's really is just that easy. At the stop sign, the clutch, very easy to modulate, along with the throttle. It's all very predictable. And, you know, I use 2 fingers on my controls, my front brake and my clutch, and very light pull. You know, if you're in city riding or traffic, this, you know, it wouldn't tire me out. This is actually a lighter pull than my personal machine that I ride, so I do appreciate that. And I love the gauges. These gauges look sweet. I like the speedometer kind of on that outside edge of the kind of retro looking, you know, gauge design, and then you still get the digital multifunction aspect of it in the center there. So I think that's really cool. And this does have our Tripper navigation pod, which you can link that with Google Maps on your phone, and it'll put you know, turn-by-turn directions in there. It'll pop up just like a left or a right, and then the distance until then. But it's a pretty cool feature. So cruising along, this 411 it's very smooth. Like, even if let's see, I'm gonna drop to second here, and then pick up speed a little bit. And, you know, I'm at a higher RPM, and there's not a whole lot coming through the bars here. So, like, at any of your cruising, you know, cruising RPMs, it's really a comfortable place to be. The seat's very comfortable, and like I said, it's a very comfortable seating position. You can see I can get 2 flat feet down here, and I am 5'11", so I do have a little bit of height on my side, as I've mentioned. But, you know, I believe it's a 31.3 inch seat height. So on a machine of this size and with what this is designed to do, that's pretty awesome, and that's kind of one of the lowest seat heights you can kind of find on a bike in this category. So now we're playing the game, Does the Light Recognize We're Here? That's the game that us motorcyclists like to play. I think it's very fun. Sounds really good. It's throaty. We also sell the Royal Enfield slip-on performance muffler. So that's very exciting, and that does sound really good. We have videos on that as well. So definitely check that out. Get our green light here. The Scram suspension's very comfortable too. Like, it gives you enough feedback to have some fun, you know, especially have some fun in the twisties, and know, you know, what those tires are going through and what sort of surface you're on. But it's not too harsh. And especially, you know, 7.1 inches of travel front and rear. They do They did drop the travel in the front from the Himalayan by a little bit. I believe on the Himalayan it's 7.9 inches of travel on the front, and then it's the same on the back for both bikes. But they did that on this once again to like give it some better kind of on-road manners, so it dives a bit less when you brake, and it's just gonna have, you know, better feedback and be more kind of eager and nimble to turn. So, and we're fastly approaching our destination of our Boxborough location, where I'll be able to test out the brakes a little bit. So we have a 2-piston caliper in the front and a single piston in the rear, and they are very effective. And you'll see on the front, I'm going to indicate early here, so people are expecting me to turn. There's not a lot of lever pull from when the bike starts slowing down. So really not a lot of pressure at all, and we come right down. Very effective. So now I've just ridden around our Boxborough location, and now we're back to our showroom where I'm about to put this bike and give it a quick little wipe down and polish for the lucky new owner who's going to pick it up tomorrow. And now just a couple final comments. Thanks for riding along with me. I hope you learned something new about the Scram, and you know, I just kind of gave some of how I feel about it with you know, the riding experience there. So definitely, you know, leave a like on this video. We appreciate it. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of the latest, you know, cars, bikes, and accessories we have to offer here at AlphaCars in Royal Enfield, Boston. So this has been Ian from our Boxborough location, and until next time.